Jack was only 15, but every day felt heavier than the last. He lived in a small town in America with his father in an old apartment that never felt like home. The walls were quiet, but the silence was always filled with fear. Every morning, Jack woke up before sunrise. Not because he wanted to, but because his father would start yelling if he slept even a minute too long. "Get up, Jack! You're useless if you stay in bed all day." Jack would quickly get dressed and make breakfast while his father sat at the table complaining about everything. If the toast was too dark, he yelled. If the coffee wasn't hot enough, he yelled even louder. Jack stopped arguing a long time ago. He learned that silence was safer. At school, everyone thought Jack was just a quiet kid. No one knew why he always looked tired. No one knew why he never smiled in photos. And no one noticed the pain hidden behind his eyes. One afternoon after school, Jack stayed late in the library just so he wouldn't have to go home yet. He sat near the window watching the rain fall outside. For a moment, it felt peaceful. But peace never lasted long. When Jack finally got home, his father was already angry. "Where were you?" his father shouted. "I stayed after school to study," Jack answered softly. "You think you're smarter than me now?" his father yelled, throwing Jack's backpack onto the floor. Books scattered everywhere. Jack bent down quietly and picked them up one by one. His hands were shaking. That night, Jack sat alone in his room. The only light came from a small lamp beside his bed. He opened an old notebook where he wrote his thoughts when life became too painful. On the first page, it said, "One day, I just want to feel loved." Jack looked at those words for a long time. He wasn't angry anymore. He was just tired. Tired of being blamed for everything. Tired of feeling invisible. Tired of pretending he was okay. The next morning at school, Jack's teacher noticed something was wrong. "Jack," she said gently, "are you all right?" For the first time in years, someone actually asked. Jack tried to say, "I'm fine." But the words wouldn't come out. Instead, tears rolled down his face. His teacher sat beside him quietly and listened as Jack finally told the truth about everything he had been hiding inside. And for the first time in a very long time, Jack didn't feel alone. Life didn't magically become perfect after that day. His pain didn't disappear overnight. But slowly, things started changing. People began helping him, teachers supported him, friends talked to him more, and Jack finally realized something important. Sometimes the strongest people are the ones who survive the hardest battles silently. Years later, Jack would look back at his life and remember the lonely boy he used to be, and he would wish he could tell that boy one thing: